Welcome back to another episode of Heart and Heart. So today is going to be a little bit different. And I have to tell people the story of what's going on. And we were supposed to be in Clinton County and do this episode with a lot of mom kids right now that's in jail. And it's so much going on that we don't know about it. Now, a lot of time people they only care about certain situation when they actually in the situation and if they have a kids or family member that's in this situation. But those parents, they actually hurting from every day, and they keep fighting, they keep knocking. It seems like a lot of people don't pay attention. And now what we do, we want to give them a voice. We want to give them a way where they can speak the truth, what's going on about their kids, why they're in there, and what's been done wrong to their kids. So now I'm gonna keep it a buck. We reach out to a lot of people. So we got rejected because a lot of people were scared to let those parents come to their mind. But we found a way, we're gonna make it work. So today we have one of them that's actually show up. We're gonna have a good conversation. So I just want to tell you welcome. Thank you for coming. And we're gonna have a great time. We're gonna have a good conversation. You can say your name and start give us information about you.
My name is Latrice. I'm a single mother of two boys,
Yeah.
baby girl, grandkids. Um, if I don't do nothing else, I gotta fight for the little family that I do have left.
Hmm.
And the piggyback off what you said when you first met me, like a lot of mothers are scared to let their voice be heard or to get their voice out there. I'm not. I'm
Hmm.
not one of those mothers that's just gonna lay down and let you just railroad my son, walk over him, treat him inhumane as Fulton County have did, and Clay County is already inhumane
Hmm.
living
If you can lay
conditions.
back just a little bit. Hmm.
Living conditions.
Hmm.
So, just knowing what's ahead and what he's facing with Clay County, I
Hmm.
want to let them know what they're gonna have to deal with me as his mother.
Got it. All right. So now you got your son and is in jail right now.
Mm-hmm.
And what county?
He in Fulton County right now.
He's in Fulton County. So can you tell us, what's the reason he's in there?
First of all, he's in
Yo,
there because he have real challenging health issues. He have
Got
real
it.
bad epilepsy seizures that are deadly,
Hmm.
and he's mentally challenged. And
Got
he
it.
was also diagnosed with post state
Okay.
seizures. And at the time that landed him in jail, him being incompetent. He
Hmm.
was found incompetent by the Fulton County.
Hmm.
And I've been trying to
yo,
get
this
his
is crazy.
lawyer to serve Clay County
Hmm.
with a competency letter, as I tried to do myself,
Hmm.
but I kept getting dead ends.
Hmm.
So I want Clay County to honor the incompetency just as well as Fulton County has.
Hmm.
Some of his charges for Fulton County have already begun to be dropped with him not even stepping foot into a courtroom.
Okay.
By him being found incompetent, that made him have a mental health judge, mental health lawyer,
Hmm.
and like I did stories with Capital B News with Fulton County.
Hmm.
Chief of medical was flew in just for him because every day I'm calling doing welfare checks, threatening the jail like I'm going on Fulton County. Got him in the hole in
This is
handcuffs,
crazy work.
having seizures, not having the right medication, a diabetic in a postal state, and just mental state, and just living good health conditions. And I just wasn't gonna lay down and let them do that to my child.
Got it. Now let's go back. So when you found out that your son, can you tell us, take us back to the day that he went to jail? Like where were you? Yeah, what happened?
June 5th, he had not long left my house.
Hmm.
So my child on my ring camera coming to my house, but I wasn't home.
You was at home. Okay.
Mm-mm, no. And
So
he was
when you get the call say your son is going to jail, so what was your reaction?
when I get the call, my son called me and let me know he was locked up. So when that being said, I called White Street, Fulton County,
Hmm.
intake, medical,
Hmm.
let them know his mental health condition, his health conditions. They told me I can't call them and tell them what's going on with my child. The doctor got to be the one to diagnose him.
Mm.
Me knowing how the system is and how it run, how can a doctor diagnose my child in 2 minutes better than me, the mother of the
Yeah, that have
child?
that's that have you extra for
So
his whole life.
everybody was just doing what they want to do. Everybody wasn't listening, and everybody suffered the consequences, and they just found out the hard way.
Got it. So now, how long that he been in there?
Since June 5th of 25.
Okay. So now, what is those things that's going on?
All right, here we go. Trenches News. Welcome back to Vlad TV.
What's up, Vlad? What's going on, man?
Well, we have a lot to talk about, but you know what we're starting with, of course.
My favorite people, huh?
Yeah, the Lil Durk murder for hire case, and you're wearing a Vonnie Did It sweatshirt right now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. He did it, man.
Yo,
Okay. All right, so let's talk
hey
about
man,
the big
this
picture.
shit is crazy.
Now, the trial got pushed back to April 21st, 2026. That is in about 3 months or so. Were you surprised it was pushed back?
Yeah, a little bit,
Crazy
a
work.
little bit, but then I thought like, nah, they ready to go, because Dirk kept on saying that he ready. He don't want no more continuing, so I thought they was gonna go with it. But then again, it's so much information and so many people that I knew they weren't gonna be ready on the other end.
Well, right, because there's other co-defendants, and Lil Durk was locked up for like 100 days in solitary, something like that,
Yep,
for the Apple Watch.
in the shoe.
Right. And when he had his hearing recently, the only person that showed up was his girl, India.
Yeah, it gets like that, Vlad. That's how it gets, man. That's why I be telling the youth. It gets lonely, man, when it's dark.
Right. And my man, Drew Finley. But at the end of the day, these are lawyers, not wizards. So there's definitely a big hill to get over here.
Yeah, it's gonna be a big fight.
Yeah,
for
man,
Drew.
crazy.
Right, right. So let's talk about what's happening right now in the case. So I guess there's multiple witnesses that are saying that Dirk had $1 million bounty.
Yep.
Okay, explain that.
So in a first paperwork, it never said about a bounty at first. It was just saying a murder for hire. So PW, it was a PW who said that Dirk had $600,000 for O Block.
What's going
So
on?
they
Welcome
ran
in. Let
around
me
O
know if you
Block
can
was
hear
supposed
me.
to kill Money Duke and another guy for that money. And then, this came about with the $1 million on Quando Rondo, a PW in Atlanta who fighting for his life, say that he was there for the first shooting of on them after their concert or something. It was a shooting at the gas station. So yeah, it's being money brought up.
Okay, so now you have someone who's connected to Dirk who's saying that he was responsible for a shooting that happened in Georgia where Quando Rondo was shot at. I don't know, didn't someone get hit?
Yeah, someone got hit, and it was at a gas station.
Right, they're coming back from a show. So now they have someone who's saying they're the shooter?
Yeah, saying that Dirk them was responsible for that shooting, which is just a pattern of stalking what the Fed's looking at.
Okay, how hard is that to prove though?
Federally, like in a
Not that
state, if
hard.
Dirk was in a state, it'd probably be a better fight for Drew. But by being federal, it's whatever the witness say. Vlad, I'm gonna keep it real, man. Whatever the witness get up there and say, the lawyer can tear him down in federal court. It's like it's still the witness word.
Right, but this is not some concerned citizen who feels bad about the situation and they tell their wife that they're going to go, to the police to admit to this. This is someone that's already in prison, right?
Yep. Someone
And when you say fighting for his life. So what is he facing right now?
I think the guys who they referring to is the kidnapping case that just happened with Boona and another guy from Chicago. Cause they saying the guy don't know too many people, but he know too many other people that's connected to OTF. So who that's lingering around, who was around, they knew too much. They was around for a lot of stuff.
Okay, so the feds are saying there's 9 witnesses.
Yep, it's 9 witnesses. You got to think about it. You got Bonnie missing. You got the other guy, Flock. He ain't to court either when Durk and them showed up. 2 people. Then you got number 2, the other shooter. He been missing. Then you got number 5. You got co-conspirator number 3, which is a manager. And you got PW1, PW2, CW. Yeah, it's just all bad, man. And all these people connected to Durk in some way.
9 witnesses that are going to take stand and say that Durk was the reason why this murder happened. Okay.
And those 9 people ain't indicted either. Got to say that.
Oh. Well, co-conspirators are usually indicted, aren't they?
Co-conspirator, they missing. When I say indicted, I mean mug shot. It's only the certain people with mug shots. Like Bonnie ain't no co-conspirator. He wouldn't be one because he wouldn't be a number 5 because he got a mug shot. Number 4 too. We forgot about number 4 from Cali. He gonna have to tell who he called.
Okay. Now, you talked about there's 6 sealed documents that are going to prove, according to the feds, that Durk actually directed the killings.
Yep. It's in the paperwork that just dropped. It just dropped like 4 days ago. And it says that it's 6 sealed documents that would prove that Durk directed the murder, and he was aware. On top of the witnesses that's gonna get up there and say it too.
Okay, so I mean, how does this work? If you have a sealed document, will the other side, like Durk's lawyer, won't get to see it?
Yeah, Durk's lawyer seen everything. When they sign the AEO, it's like for you to see it, you can't tell your client, you can't tell them who the witnesses is, you can't tell them anything, but you see it. Drew see it. He see the fight.
Yeah, I heard about this. I heard in the feds there's situations where the lawyer can't even tell his own client certain things.
Yeah, you can't go over no, you can't let them write it down or none of that. It's like a disc that they look off in a room and read it off a screen.
Okay. You got 9 witnesses, 6 sealed documents, and don't they have like gigabytes of data and so forth?
Gigabytes of data, terabyte. That's a lot. 20,000 pages of information, recorded audio, threads with them on there talking about murders and stuff, going to kill people. They got a lot of stuff.
Okay, so let's take it back to your hoodie. Vonnie did it. Now, you made a video about OTF Vonnie. Tell me exactly what Vonnie's role is right now in the big picture.
In a big picture, Vonnie is the mastermind. He brought the guns. He brought the cars. He paid 2 of the people off. He was the mastermind. He the master for telling 25 years for telling on Lil Durk and the rest of them.
Right. You're saying that the feds are offering him a 300-month plea deal.
Yeah, according to him.
According to him?
Yeah, according to him. He had he broke down some.
But see, I wonder if Vonnie really
that he
did.
sent to his dad, and his dad ended up sending it to me, and I ended up putting it out. He been planning on flipping since November, since they got locked up. I think they got locked up in October, and them text messages from like November 11th. So from that time to November, he already planned on flipping.
Okay, so you're saying that Vonnie texted his dad. Why would his dad hand over that information to someone else, much less you?
His daddy says that Durk and Vonnie had played him out the money. You know, I ain't gonna even bring up the backdoor Von stuff because I don't believe that. But the things that he did say, it ended up in the paperwork. Like it's ended up like he tried to backdoor O Block and all that. He said that, and it's in the paperwork.
Okay. Now, I've always said this. In fact, when I interviewed Drew Finley, I said it in the interview. I said that, Durk has a chance of beating this unless his day one guys flip on. Well, I mean, from my point of view, I think the biggest hurdle that you have is the co-defendants in Lil Durk's case. In the federal system, when do you find out exactly if these co-defendants are cooperating and exactly what they're going to be cooperating against?
Yeah. So good that you preface that in the federal system, because there's a difference between cooperating in the state system recently that just falls apart.
Right, the little Woody situation.
Yeah.
He got on the stand and just started being a maniac on the stand, and almost, I would say little Woody's the reason why Young Thug won his case.
Yeah. So that just never happens in a federal case. And I'm saying this to the guy that did an iconic interview of Sammy the Bull Gravano.
And OTF Vonnie is one of the day ones.
Say day one, but he one of the people that been around through everything. So he knows a lot. And he was in the car with Didi, the Fed saying. The car, they never hopped out. They were stalking in the car. So he connects everybody. When the feds talk to him, Vlad, you gotta explain to the feds, like, when you making a deal, who did you get the guns from? So now you gotta tell everybody who gave the guns from. That knock out the shooters. Who are you in the car with? I was in the car with Didi. That seals Didi fate. Who was you on the airplane with, and did he know? That's Durk. He connect everybody. Vonnie is connected with everybody to seal everybody fate.
Well, the argument could be, though, that Vonnie was cool with King Von, and maybe it was just all Vonnie. Maybe Durk had no idea.
Vonnie did it. I'm glad you said that, because he has the most motive to do it. He has the most motive. Von is his cousin. He trying to live it up. He around some money. He got access to credit cards. He can call these guys because these guys call him when they broke in the trenches. Like, he has a lot of motive. And that's why I got on the Vonnie did it.
So you feel that OTF Vonnie did it and not Lil Durk?
Now whether he knew about it or whatever that's the case, because the credit cards, you're gonna have to explain like a lot. Like, it was credit cards used, airplanes, but Vonnie is the mastermind behind it. He has more motive to me as a journalist than anybody. You know, Durk has, that's Durk friend Von, but they saying this is cousin though. It hit different when it's a cousin and a friend.
Well, what if Durk takes a stand and says, yeah, this is all. I told him not to do it. I admit that he was even doing it, or whatever else, whatever the strategy is, whether he didn't know about it, or maybe he knew about it and told him not to do it and he still did it. Do you think that Durk would actually take the stand against Vonnie in his own case?
I don't think that Durk gonna take the stand, because it's like he didn't set a standard. Don't talk to the police, don't do this, don't snitch, no paperwork and all that. But if he love his kids, man, if he love his wife, everything that he fucking worked for, man, I'd be up there. This shit bigger than Nino, bro. You did it. I told, even Didi, I told you don't do it. The reason why I called them and said don't put nothing in my name, because they go places and they do things. You just got to come up with it. Ain't nobody gonna be mad at Durk if he come home, because everybody trying to blame it on him. Shit, right now, it's either like every man for theyself right now. I'm still gonna listen to Lil Durk, and everybody else still gonna listen to him.
I mean, look, if he comes out, he could pull a gunner and just suddenly separate himself from a bunch of the Chicago stuff and just make the best music he can. Then he'll start winning again.
That's what I say.
Right? I don't know, man. This is a weird situation. Me personally, I think Durk should take the stand if that betters his chances of actually making it through this. Now, of course,
Hell no, Durk would be crazy if he take that stand.
That's the problem with that. But look, for example, the Tory Lanez situation. He was saying that he should have taken the stand. Now he's doing 10 years. He's getting stabbed in prison and everything else like that. Look, I've interviewed people that took the stand. Hurricane Chris, he had a murder case. He took the stand, he beat it.
Oh no, I knew I was gonna talk from day one. It was never a thought in my mind of silencing me. This is my life. I know exactly what happened. I mean, my lawyer is a terrific lawyer, and he did an amazing job, Alex Washington. But at the end of the day, I had to get up there and say my part, bro. I couldn't just put everything in their hands like that. I gotta look these people in their eyes because my life is in their hands. I want to talk directly to these people and see if they could see I'm not no lying ass nigga right now. You understand what I'm saying?
At the end of the day, if you did not do it, you should absolutely take the stand.
You should talk for
But
yourself.
if you did it, because look, not taking the stand is automatically going to make you look worse to the jury. The jury's thinking, what do you have to hide if you had
I don't know what y'all think, man. I really want to take the stand.
Most intelligent people think that innocent people should be taking the stand. Right? So when you don't do it, it automatically puts you at a disadvantage. So look, I don't know, but what do you think?
Just off the way he is in the streets in Chicago, all that, the people who look up to him, like he ain't gonna do it. But if he's smart, like I said, man, he got kids. His son, like you don't want to be watching your son from the rafters of ADX. For real. Do it. If you really ain't have no knowledge of this, yeah, you got to talk. At some point, the gangster shit got to be thrown out, Vlad. Like you got to live for your life. Because nobody will remember Durk 20 years from now. Nobody will be talking about him if he in ADX.
Oh, yeah. That's going to be that rapper from the 2000s that Chicago something, I don't remember, had that one song, whatever that is. Yeah, 20 years later, of course, it's a rap. It's a rap. I know a lot of rappers in the Bay Area. They've been locked up for 20 years knowing their music. Yeah, people forget about you. Well, there are some other people in OTF that you mentioned. OTF Boogie.
Yeah, Boogie.
So how's he tied into this case?
Boogie, they said he was a driver. He was a driver. He drove the killers. And to the gas station, they hopped out and shot. He was in car. So he trying to get the gun charges dropped. But see, people don't think about it like, if you trying to get a charge dropped saying, oh, no, I wasn't the shooter, you can't charge me with this because I wasn't that, then basically you still saying that you was that, right? If you trying to get one charge dropped, I wasn't the shooter, that wasn't me. But you ain't trying to say a period that you not get, I wasn't there, period. You know,
that's true.
That's how the feds work, man. For one thing you try to get out of, man, they got something from behind it. You answer to this, and now you just incriminated yourself in something. They cold with it, man. They dirty. They go to the extent, and they gonna get you.
Okay, now you claim that he needs lawyer money.
Yep. You having a problem with a lawyer?
So is Durk financing these defenses or no?
No, because according to Vonnie, that's one of the reasons why he flipped. Ain't no lawyer.
Why would you not pay for your co-defendants lawyers?
Yeah, it's crazy. Everybody from the street say, oh, you can't do it because if you do it, then they gonna tie it to you. Man, you can have somebody come to the courthouse and get a lawyer envelope. Hey, look, I'm gonna pay you in 5,000 here, 2,000 here, or something like that. Anybody could do it, man. It's just for the streets. Like if y'all going down in your life depend on it, and you the leader, man, you gotta get them lawyers for everybody. So everybody at least go to trial and you'll have your fair shake. But with you not having no lawyer, Vlad, man, it put it in the game even more.
Okay, what about Jam?
I need some probably out the wild trying to get all this shit out of my stomach first.
Jam is missing.
Okay, so does that imply that he's cooperating somewhere?
Hey, he ain't showed up. He ain't in no mug shot. And OTF and his block them said it's Jam. They said it's Jam, man. Soon it happened. They say it's Jam. You know, I don't know what they got against Jam to say it's Jam, but you know, if it wasn't Jam, like I said, Jam would have came out, hey Vlad, hey, let me do this interview or something. You know what I'm talking about? Like you got to clear your name up. You know, the whole world, your guys saying it. You know, but he ain't came out like that. He just sending little messages online from his page.
Y'all hit that like button.
Right. We were supposed to talk to Jam, but I'm not sure if it was the real Jam or a scam or something, but ultimately it just didn't happen. So
I remember that.
I haven't seen OTF Jam anything really since the allegation started. So, right. It's a mess. Now, OTF Didi, how's he involved in this?
OTF Didi, they saying that co-conspirator number 5, who is missing, that's why I say, when somebody missing like this and then there no mug shots, they
Y'all hit
already
that like
incarcerated.
button for
Dirk now
me.
was supposed to, if Dirk now would have went to trial, the feds would have had to introduce all these people that's missing. They would have been had to put like number 4 who called, number 5. They saying that number 5 and Didi was the lieutenants for Lil Durk. So they was gonna pay the $1 million for the hit. They was they hired the hitman. You know, I don't think them hitman though. Them like some Family Dollar workers, man. They wouldn't arrest in the store and said, "Hey, you want to commit a murder? Look, they're gonna buy you a grill." And then they went to go and do some dumb shit, man. I can't believe that Lil Durk, man, is in this shit. I really still can't believe, bro. Like, I report about him every day, but I can't believe it.
Okay, because you had done a story about how OTF Didi was held hostage and forced to eat blood.
Yeah, that guy hit me up, told me, man, hey, put me on Vlad, man. I said, I can't get you on Vlad, brother, but I could have Vlad say, you know, you want to do an interview with him, man. See if I hit you, you know. I ain't got that type of authority just to tell you gonna get on Vlad. I ain't got it.
Okay, so someone told you that though, that he was forced to eat blood?
Yeah, the guy O-Dog. He a real guy. He did an interview. He just came out with an interview. He did an interview. He said how it happened. Didi was over there hitting the girl or in the room with the girl, and you know, he came in. Him and his henchman came in, made him cut his dreads, made him eat the blood, you know, and then called up Durk and Von. He said Von said F him. Man, fuck that nigga. Say he called Durk and Durk never answered. And then he made him he jumped out the 3rd floor window or some shit. It's a story though. It's a hell of a story.
Okay. So, like I said in the beginning, is April 21st. It was supposed to happen in January, right? But the other co-defendants wanted to push it back.
Yeah.
And, you know, the judge conceded that this is a complicated case. So if they needed more time, it made sense to push it back. Do you think it's actually going to be first?
April 21st, I think it'll be pushed back again.
Okay.
But Durk know the longer they take, the more witnesses. People getting popped off every day, like they in out of jail. So that's why Durk want it now. So nothing else can be added to it.
Well, right. I'm sure a lot of people are looking at this as a get out of jail just because maybe they heard something. Listen, I'm sure some of these witnesses are full of shit. I'm sure. You're not going to tell me that every single witness is credible here.
I mean,
right? But all it takes is a few, though. One or two.
All it takes is the people who are involved. If the people who are involved flip, like it's over with. If the shooter, if he says, even though he shot somebody and killed somebody, if he say that, yeah, this the guy who paid me or we was gonna get this, it's over with, man. It's over with, Vlad. I ain't gonna lie.
Okay, so what do you think will happen at the very end? Do you think that Lil Durk will plead out? Do you think it'll go to trial? And if it does,
I think that they're gonna lose this trial, and I think they're gonna get life in prison, and I think Vonnie gonna get the less of time than everybody.
Wow.
Damn.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Vonnie gonna get 25 years, and Durk and everyone else will get life.
Yep. Unless Durk speak up. Like, he need to speak, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. Like, you got Drew Finland, and that's cool. If I had Johnny Cochran, I'm still getting up there and talk. If I ain't had shit to do with it. Like, you used my cards, you did this, and, you know, and I gave y'all permission to, you know, freely use my cards, and then you did some shit like that. I gotta point it out. Like,
I mean, look, off the top of my head, there's at least 4 or 5 credit cards that's tied to me or my company that other people are using at any given time. And I do not know exactly what they're using at day to day. In fact, I only go through the bills like maybe every couple months. So all types of stuff could happen without my knowledge. So using someone's company credit card doesn't really tie them to a crime necessarily.
it's just the timing of the things that happen when they use. That's what I think it is. It's the timing.
Yeah, look, I hope he doesn't get life. At the end of the day, yeah, Durk said a couple things about me on his albums, but who cares? At the end of the day, that's a whole bunch of nothing. He's facing something real serious at this point. So internet back and forth really has no place in this conversation. And look, he's young, he's got kids, he's got a career, he's got a lot to live for. If he really did this, he got this level of success and to still be trying to thug it out or be some sort of crime.
So what y'all think? Y'all think Durk gonna get the time?
Of everything. But if he didn't have anything to do with it, he needs to absolutely take a stand. And whatever, people get over it. People like Gunna more than they like Young Thug. And Gunna was the one that allegedly snitched, whereas Young Thug was the super gangster. And look what's happening now.
Yep.
Young Thug dropped an album, no cared. Gunna has like the #1 album in the country of last year. Yeah, I just feel like all this snitching shit, it only worked until the internet got involved. When the internet got involved and you had a whole bunch of kids, had nothing to do with these various rules, middle-class kids, educated kids, adults, senior citizens, whatever else, are looking at this going like, this whole snitching thing is dumb. Are you really going to go to prison because your rap fans won't like you if you take the stand? Like, seriously, when you're facing life? That's it. If you get life, you have no career, you have no family, you're around a bunch of men until you die.
Y'all like and share, man.
This is what you want. So people can say that you're a gangster? Stupid. It's stupid. This is why you have the Gunners in the world. This is why you have the Tekashis in the world, who are still popular. Because a lot of people said, now that you actually think about it, I would have done the same thing.
The Tekashi situation, I always said, man, like his situation way different, man. Like his people snaked him, period. Like they were some snakes, man. Like what do you expect for him to do? Like his situation, not everybody. Like everybody who they saying told, like his anybody would have did that shit what he did. People just got to be in that situation, and your mama threatening to get tied up and all that. Then they'll be telling too. But until then, they just gonna call 6ix9ine or whatever they call them, man.
Well, Lil Durk had a home invasion situation, I think, in Atlanta a few years back.
Yeah.
And the footage surfaced recently, the body cam footage from the police.
Yep.
What did you learn about that whole situation?
I learned that the feds was on.
Appreciate that light. Thank you.
Because they let him go. First of all, you got somebody else gun shooting them, even though they was in the house. You saying your security guard was gone. You know, it was just like
what up, family?
The police didn't take y'all, then fingerprint, then nothing. Like I understand, like it's rules, certain rules, but you a felon, man. And anywhere you a felon, that I don't care where you at, you can't be around no guns.
So you think at that point they were like, "Look, let him go. We got a bigger case here. Let's just see what happens."
Yep. And they kept on writing down everything that they was doing. Everybody go to jail, all the crimes, you know, and Durk, he felt like he was big because he was beating it. All of them, his whole crew, every time they get out of jail, we beat it, right, Rocky, like, nah, bro, you got to be humble, man. Because that means they just letting you out. If you get popped off with 3 guns every 3 months and then you beating it, they letting you out. They got to be letting you out. And that's one thing that I feel like Durk didn't pay attention to, that when after they ran in this house, that the feds was on them.
I remember when I did an interview with Tekashi and we talked about the whole Muslim thing. And Tekashi actually had a video called Bacon. And it was aimed at Lil Durk, where basically he was saying that he's not a real Muslim, that he only became a Muslim when his dad came home from prison, and he's only doing it because he knew the case was coming and so forth.
Durk's father turned Muslim in prison, came home and said, son, convert to Islam, which is not a problem, but don't use Islam for...
I think Lil Durk gonna get.
Right, so right around 2020, I was right. That's when he publicly acknowledged Islam. He started wearing the attire publicly and everything else like that.
Durk, what year did he come home?
Okay, see. Yep, right around the same time.
I personally think Lil Durk gonna beat the case. What y'all think?
I ain't gonna say just Lil Durk, but yeah, it's just bad, man. Like these guys just flipping, man, left and right, man. Like, and I think most of them turn to Muslim just in case they go to jail. You know, the Muslims, they strong, they protecting, they gonna stand up for you. Like, even if you in a gang or whatever, they gonna tell your gang, look, he on our time now. You know, leave him alone. So it's a protection thing, man. But I hope a lot of them sincere, man, because you can't play with God, man. You can't play with God at all.
Well, Mama Duck, FPG Duck's mother, she is still suing Lil Durk over his alleged connection to FPG Duck's murder. And from what I understand, the trial is actually moving forward.
She got past that.
This is a civil case. This is not a criminal case. But she already has some sort of settlement, I think, from some of the stores that were there. I don't know how much. But obviously, the big payday would come if they could connect it to Durk. Now, in a civil case, it's a lot easier to prove than a criminal case. It's more likely than not. So she's probably going to see how this trial pans out. Now, look, okay. The murder for hire case that Durk is going through has nothing to do with Duck, right?
Yeah.
And the O Block case is done. Did they tie Lil Durk to the O Block case?
They brought up his name. They brought up his name and D-Thing. See, the reason why they brought Durk's name up, because D-Thing called O Block. They saying that D-Thing the one who called O Block. So he was the owner. He was the owner at the time of OTF. So if he was alive right now, he'll be in federal custody with O Block. It'll be O Block 7, 8. It'll be O Block 7. So that's why she able to sue and pull a little OTF in there. That's what's gonna make the case. You know, and then Lil Durk, what she's saying is gonna prove it, because the Chicago, they linked him to that murder for hire, even though he ain't charged. They saying his name. And then you got the one over here in California. Now, to a judge, it's like not one person might lie on you, but you got shit going on everywhere. Everybody ain't lying, and that'll get a verdict for quick.
Well, one of Lil Durk's associates, THF Bezu, he got killed. And when I looked it up, I found that THF stands for Trigger Happy Family.
Yep.
It just stuns me sometimes that you would have someone with a name like this anywhere near you.
That's the cockiness. Like, they don't understand. Like, once you make it out, you got to get out. Like, there's no fondling the fence, foot in, 1 foot out. You got to get out. And look, you can look out for your friends, but you know, man, like, some people don't understand, man. Like, where you trying to go and where you got to get to, they don't care long as they don't care long as they part of something. So they won't never tell you when you messing up. They won't never tell you that, oh man, you shouldn't rap about this, man, because the feds, they listening. You know, they just want to be part of something until you go down. And then once you go down, everybody want out now. That's what we finna see now with the trial, Durk trial. Everybody want out. Everybody, Durk did it. He had all the money, he did it, you know.
Well, what happened to THF Bezu?
Bezu, he had took a Uber to a car part space to get some car parts for a female. And he was waiting there till some other guys got there. So when the other guys got there, Zoo was already there. They went in the auto parts spot. The car was waiting. The car had followed the other dudes though. The 2 dudes who came to meet Zoo, they followed them. And then they just ambushed them all.
Okay. And were they caught?
No.
Oh, so that's an open case.
It's an open case.
Wow. That's crazy. Because he had actually done some interviews and everything.
Yep.
Okay. Now, Muwap, he was part of O Block 6. But is there something different happening with his case?
No, they got oral arguments. You know, they ain't April 14th, they got oral arguments because some like a couple of them saying that they wasn't there at all. You know, it's just the out of it. The last thing, the last straw. It's like you get thirsty. You your lawyer just put in the motion for this, you know. So they got an oral argument, and then it's up to the judge to see whether the argument valid or to throw out some charges or to bring them back to court, or that like them the only two options.
Okay, so appeal or something different?
No, it's just a motion. It's just a motion to hear their oral arguments. I never seen this before. Like I seen people go to like get found guilty and then they was out of there a month or two later. Like I never seen nobody get found guilty and then 2 years later they still in a federal building. Like I never seen it.
Right. And one thing I didn't realize early on is, you always hear people say, well, I'm filing an appeal, I'm going to appeal it. 2% of appeals go through. 2%. So Tory Lanez, he's been filing appeals. As you can see, he's still sitting in prison. You got to really do a lot to make an appeal go all the way through. You got to be like Bill Cosby.
And then
everyone else. What's that?
I said, and they ain't got the Bill Cosby paper, man.
No. Bill Cosby has real, billionaire money. So, yeah, everyone can file appeals. That's cool. But to actually have 3 superior judges look through that and say, oh, there's serious problems with this case. And then even if you get an appeal, they might just retry you. So, yeah, it's an absolute mess. Now, Little Mister, I remember when his murder happened. There's some developments in his case?
Yep. It was a group of guys by the called Face Rural. And they was charged with 13 murders in Chicago. 13 murders. They got indicted on 13 murders, and Mister was one of them.
Damn.
Okay. So they're not.
That's crazy. 13 murders?
Nope. They in the process of going through all the beginning of the stages in the federal system. Like the motion, not the motion, not the motion, court dates, throw this out, bring this in, stuff like that.
Little Mister, was he the one who got into the fight with Rico Reckless?
Yeah. And they was doing the little swing, the swing with the arms.
The swimming with the arms.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that fight. I remember I had Rico talk about that.
I love that Mister. Like, he's still my son. It's just he was drinking too much lean, Vlad. Oh my God.
That's what it was
This
over.
Yeah, Rico, man. Shout out to Rico. He's still here, man.
Yeah.
Still here, Rico, man. God got you here for a reason, brother.
Yeah, he's been through a lot. But I feel at this point, Rico just stays out the way.
Yeah, he have been staying out the way. Only way Rico wake up, somebody got to say his name. Somebody got to say his name. And it's always one of the duck homies to pull him from under there. Then he get the, So, yeah, I'm proud of Rico, man. He just be on his own shit, man.
Yeah. Now, you talked about the Brick Baby case.
Yeah.
What's going on with that?
Brick Baby, he got his time. I mean, he was supposed to cop out, I think, on the something like 8 or 9 years. And Brick Baby asked to get it pushed back, his sentencing date. But the Fed said they want like 8 or 9 years, something like that.
Wait, so you're saying Brick Baby already pled out?
Play it out, but then he took it back. Like he was agreeing to it, and then he snatched it back. I seen Cairo do it too. Cairo copped out to the shit, said that and then he pulled it back. Now he's sitting there waiting on another motion, a statute to pass so he could come home. So I've been seeing the people in the Feds do it lately.
Okay, because look, Brick Baby was a regular on Vlad TV before he got locked up. I was shocked. I saw him 2 days before it happened. We just randomly ran into each other at the mall, just completely randomly. You could tell he had no idea what was about to happen. And he's tied into the whole Big U case. And that case is getting crazy because I guess there's 75 potential snitches in the Big U case.
Big U ain't going nowhere, man. He ain't going nowhere, man. He was when you just like Lil Durk, Big U, I thought Big U was on some charity, helping out the kids, football. Like he had his feet in there too, man. You just can't. It's like some people just can't get rid of, man. Like the old habits, man. You gotta let that shit go, man, or you gonna be in a bad spot. He in a bad spot. He in a spot worse than Durk now.
Well, what if Big U cooperates and he says, "Listen, I know about a handful of murders. I'll give you all the information about all of them. I'll tell you where the bodies are buried. I'll tell you who the shooters were, et cetera, et cetera." Not to say that he knows any of this stuff. I don't want to put that out there. I'm just saying, what if he comes with that?
I think they still gonna give him a 20-piece. Somewhere he gonna come out on the cane, like they ain't trying to, like certain people, they ain't trying to let you out. Like Sammy, that was one of the rare shit that ever happened. Sammy caught a blessing. Sammy caught a blessing, man. Everybody else getting stuck now.
Look, Big U is 53 years old right now. So a 20-piece is 73.
20 pieces is crazy work.
Yeah. But then again, he might come out 73 still, in California. They lifting weights, taking care of themselves in jail. So he might still could come out, a little bit healthy on his last leg. He might not have too much time, but man, when you say life, man, and you ain't never coming home, you'll wish you took that 30 years or something and waited on the loophole to come through.
Well, Big U's son got killed while he was locked up. A sad situation for dad. I have a son also, so I can't imagine something happening to him and then I can't even go to the funeral or I can't even go to the hospital or anything else like that. Sad, man. This, we all love hip hop and all this gang shit gets glamorized between the songs and the social media, and the fans and everything. People crip walking on stage and wearing red and blue rags and all that, throwing up rakes and saying BDK and GDK and all that sounds cool and all that. And then this is the
better than me, the mother of
Yeah,
the child.
that have yourself.
Just doing what they want to do. Everybody was.
All right, y'all, we finna get into some of this Moe3.
They just found out the hard way.
Got it. So now, how long that he been in there?
Since June 5th of 25.
Okay, so now, what is those things that's going on right now that's happening that's bothering you?
The first thing that was happening that's bothering me, them not listening to me, calling to advocate for him, to protect him.
So get a call.
They told me I couldn't do no welfare check every day. And I told them that's a lie. And I got videos and recordings I can play for you at here with Miss D telling me I couldn't.